2010-11 Ohio Valley Conference Basketball Media Day, and we have a special event here for several reasons. I think one is you're in the building where our tournament is going to be this year, and behind me you can see one of the many things that are being done here, and amongst a format change and some other things. So without further ado, we're going to introduce our special guest today, have some comments, and at the end we'll have some time for some one-on-one questions over here. So I'd like to introduce the Ohio Valley Conference Commissioner, Beth, DeBauche, and from Municipal Auditorium, Bob Skoney.
Thank you, Kyle. Before we get started, there are a few thank yous that I need to extend to people that are here this afternoon. Special thanks to our friends from the Sports Council, Gary Alexander, Dave Carroll, Aaron Yaden, and Jake Ryder for making the effort to come across, and for all your support that you give us throughout the year. Additionally, special thanks to our friends from the Convention and Visitors Bureau, Scott Wright and David Spencer, for making the effort to be with us today as well. So join me in a thank you. Bob has some thank yous as well.
Thank you, Beth. I'm Bob Skoney, I'm manager for Nashville Municipal Auditorium, and I just want to welcome you all here today to our facility. I want to acknowledge our staff. We've had a very busy 8-day week. The past week we've had Shrine Circus 2 Sundays ago, and then we had Bob Dylan a couple days later, and we had Rob Zombie and Alice Cooper, which some of you may have been present for. We're not really sure if you were here or not. And also last night we had a large cheerleading conference. So we turned the building overnight to prepare for this morning's affair here, and glad to showcase our new floor, which we're very excited to have out for the first time here before the public and for the media. And we're in the process of doing a lot of other improvements of the Ohio Valley Basketball Conference. We're improving the dressing rooms for the conference in March, and we're also putting in some new scoreboards later on in the next couple of months. We kind of got behind a little bit in some of our improvements this summer due to the floods, which we weren't affected drastically by, but we picked up a lot of different business from the city. So we're still catching up, but we'll be prepared for our games in March. So we're always excited with the opportunity to have the Ohio Valley Basketball Conference come back to the auditorium. The first game was here in '94, and we're glad to have the tradition continue, and we're committed to that. We want you to be committed to them, especially the media people. We're glad to have you here today because these are great people to get to know with Beth and her staff, and they are local, and they're locally committed. Our city is locally committed to them with the funding for the new basketball floor and improvements that we made. And we're just excited about having them return to the auditorium in March and welcome them. So hopefully you'll embrace them in all of their schools. They have some fine schools in their conference, and I think it's important that we remember the educational aspect of making sure that everybody knows as much as they can about these schools as students look for prospective schools to go to. So we appreciate the OVC being here, Beth, and I'll return control to you. Thank you.
Last year, when the OVC Board of Presidents voted to change the format of the basketball tournament, it gave us an opportunity to create anew our marquee event for the betterment of our student athletes and also for our fans. The change in the format, as you'll recall, will bring all post-season eligible teams to a neutral site as opposed to both a campus site and then a neutral site. So we'll have 8 men's teams and 8 women's teams here in Nashville for this event. From a practical standpoint, this allows us from a staff, from an institutional, and from a fan perspective to be able to plan to be a part of this event come March. But it also, more importantly, gives us an opportunity to celebrate the OVC family in OVC basketball, which is a wonderful brand of basketball. So we're just very, very excited about what the future holds for us in this regard. When we changed the format of the event, we needed to find a new venue. And it was clear to all of us, if possible, we wanted to be able to stay here in Nashville. As you know, Nashville is the home of the conference headquarters. We've been here for over 25 years. From a tournament standpoint, we've had 17 of the last 18 OVC basketball championships here in Nashville, so we know about Nashville's wonderful hospitality to us It's in the center of our Ohio Valley Conference footprint, so it's easy for our schools and our fans and our student athletes to be here as part of the event. And we know just how much Nashville has to offer our student athletes from an experience standpoint and from our fans. So when the opportunity presented itself to work with Municipal Auditorium, thanks to the support of the city, and they showed a commitment to us, the decision was easy for our administrators and presidents to decide that this is the right place to call home for the OVC family. We're excited to have a long-term relationship with the Municipal Auditorium. It makes a wonderful venue for us to be able to plan to the future. As you know, we have a rich basketball tradition and a fine history, but we have a more exciting future, and it's to that we look forward to in the future. Before I close, I need to definitely thank the media for being here and part of us, for your support that you show the Ohio Valley Conference, and for your attendance here today. Lastly, I also need to thank the coaches. You know that the season's ready to start, and you have long days and nights ahead of you. You have time away from family and friends, but your commitment is there for the betterment of our student athletes, and for that we're very grateful. You'll notice that we have a new OVC logo for our basketball tournament. That's a first sign of the plans and just the thought that we have for the future of this event. We really are trying to make it a marquee event in Nashville, a destination location for our fans. You'll see a couple different themes here. Certainly within the OVC, as we've noted, we have a wonderful brand of basketball and we have a rich conference tradition. So we have referenced that in the logo. We're talking about Music City Madness, and certainly that's a phrase we hope that you'll get used to uttering. We are a Division I conference, and we are part of the madness in March, and we want everyone out there to know it, and we want everyone to come be a part of the fun of college basketball. We are committed to the Municipal Auditorium into Nashville, and we're excited about this long-term relationship. We really want to have a fun and rewarding experience for our student athletes and fans to be a part of this. So we are excited what the future holds. We're glad that you're here today, and we're glad that basketball season is starting. So thank you for your involvement, and we look forward to talking to you down the road.
If anybody has any questions for the commissioner or for Bob, we'll be over here at the side. Just come and find us. There's still plenty of activities left where our coaches are rotating between stations. We're a little behind in a few areas, especially with some of the interviews being taped back there, but please be patient. And thanks for coming today.